Is Neptune Collonge, twice in the frame in the Gold Cup. Tony McCoy partners the top weight for trainer Paul Nicholls and owner John Hales. Blazing Bailey, a top-class staying hurdler. Chuck Thornton with the Scottish-born Alan King. Chicago Grey, the last horse to win the Scottish National from Ireland, was back in 1869, a horse called Huntsman. Number 4 is Uzbek, won the Summer National, Jack Doyle. 5, Beshabar, second to Chicago Grey at Cheltenham. Richard Johnson hoping to break his big duck. 13 times he's ridden. Can he make it a winner on his 14th attempt? 6, Manila 4-star, winner of the Midlands National, Conor O'Farrell. 7, the Minack, a 5 times winner out of 8 starts. The Dam won the Irish National, Ruby Walsh. 9, That's Rhythm, Campbell Gillies, born in the Scottish borders. Number 10, Always Right, James Reevely for owner-trainer John Wade. 11, Be There in 5, Nicky Henderson's runner. 3rd at Cheltenham, Felix de Giles. 12, the well-backed Polka de Savola. 6 in the cross-country at the festival, Graham Lee on board. Number 13, Gansey, a half-brother to the Minack. Peter Buchanan, born in Northern Ireland, lives here and rides for Trevor Hemmings, the man who won that other Grand National last week. 14, Roll Along, Sam Twiston-Davis. 15, Gone to Lunch, second in this for the last 2 years, Nick Schofield. 16, Ballyfitz, David England. 17, last year's winner, Merigo. 18, Regal Heights, the Newbury winner, Aidan Coleman. 19, Frido, Ryan Mahon, 23 years of age on board. 20, He's a Steal, Alistair Finley, £2 over. 21, the winner 3 years ago, Iris de Balm, Charlie Huxley. 22, Neptune Equesta, the big mover in the market, Paul Gallagher, good value for the 5. 23, Lothian Falcon, a fast finishing second last time out, trained by Peter Madison, whose wife is a hairdresser in York. Peter Carberry rides. 24, No Panic, the Welsh raider Peter Bowen. 25, Cold Mountain, Seamus Mullins, the Taunton winner Barry Canary. 26, The Standing Dish, Morgan B, a 5 times winner here at the track, Richie McGrath. 27, the other Irish raider, Longstrand, Charlie Swan and David Casey. 29 is Silent Cliche, Howard Johnson. Brian Hughes rides this, horse who's never actually won over fences. And number 30, Hot and Holy, David Thompson trains this in Darlington. Tommy Phelan rides.
Well, Tom, a show of betting for this Coral Scottish National, and indeed...
Coral Scottish National is now seconds away. Let's go for it.
Here we go then. It's not going to be a first timer. There's a few who are too far behind the others. They've broken the tape, so they're going to have to be recalled. Hot and Holy was a little bit too far behind the others. It's now going to take them a few seconds to be regathered. Morgan B and Neptune Equesta were right out the back. They were only just filing out onto the track as the others are ready to jump off. So they'll have to turn and come back again, and the tape will have to be re-stretched before we're ready to go for this. And the tape is still being stretched across the track here. But the jockeys, unsurprisingly, anxious to try and hold their position. Uzbek is right down the inner to the 4 with Be There in 5 in the green silks. Beshabar in the white out in the centre, but starter Hugh Barkley is asking them to turn and just get their heads back off the tape a little here. Manila 4-star is going to have to turn. Always Right is towards the inside, and the maroon and white next door to the nose-banded Longstrand. But now they all come back off the tapes once again. Manila 4-star will be one of the last to turn, and he's that slight colour change. He's got a black cap, Manila 4-star. Fredo's a bit out of line towards the outer. Still, starter's not happy. I think it's going to be a start the way they're standing at present. And they're off. They've jumped away. Chicago Grey jumping off towards the rear for the 2011 Scottish Grand National. They go to the first of their 27 fences. Gone to Lunch with the green cap is handy. Ballyfitz is right up there as well as they stream out over the first fence. And they all appear to have negotiated it safely, with Gansey and Chicago Grey, the final 2 early on. One or two others out the back of the field. The Minack is held up as they cross out over the second. And it was Gone to Lunch who led over it. Chicago Grey. The Grey has only got Gansey behind as they go on towards the first of the ditches, fence 3. So Gone to Lunch gives the lead to the nose-banded Cold Mountain. Beshabar on the near side, Lothian Falcon in the centre. Ballyfitz, last year's winner Merigo, is out wide. Iris de Balm, winner of the race back in 2008, is towards the rear with Chicago Grey and Gansey as the leaders go to the 4th. Gone to Lunch jumping boldly in front. Be There in 5 hit that quite hard on the inside. Polka de Savola is out the back early with Morgan B and Blazing Bailey. He's a Steal and Roll Along are in rear. Silent Cliche is settled in midfield as Gone to Lunch takes the last in the back straight, joined by Beshabar and the rest safely to the other side. And there goes Chicago Grey, almost disputing last place with Gansey, and Morgan B bustled along for a stride or two on the descent. So they swing for home first time, with still well over 2 circuits to cover, and it's Gone to Lunch who leads the Scottish national field from Beshabar. Merigo, the big white face, is in third. Then Cold Mountain from Be There in 5, Lothian Falcon, the yellow cap. Then Ballyfitz on the near side from That's Rhythm, Neptune Equesta, Manila 4-star black cap, and then Fredo. The Minack is towards the left of the group. Ruby Walsh in a red and white jacket, mid-division at this stage, with Hot and Holy as they rise at this next plain fence. Gone to Lunch just ahead from Beshabar. Long Strand, meanwhile, is back in the midfield with Always Right, who's tucked away on the inside. No Panic, last year's third, is held up with Blazing Bailey as they take another ditch where Beshabar jumped on that occasion. Still Chicago Grey's out the back. Polka de Savola being nudged along for a few strides. Iris de Balm was in rear with Gansey and Morgan B as they range up towards fence 9. Beshabar on the far side from Gone to Lunch. Cold Mountain a bit untidy, forfeited ground as a consequence. So up in front of the packed enclosures, and there they come with 2 circuits to go in the Coral Scottish Grand National. Beshabar on the inside of Gone to Lunch. Couple lengths up on Merigo. Then Neptune Equesta from Lothian Falcon. Be There in 5 is on the inside. Fredo in the cheek piece is wide. Then That's Rhythm from Ballyfitz and Manila 4-star from Longstrand. He's a Steel is racing in mid-division with Regal Heights, who's towards the outside, and then No Panic from Always Right, who's next door to Roll Along, and then Gansey and Blazing Bailey and Neptune Collange and the Minack and Morgan B and Silent Cliche, Iris de Balm. Polka de Savola and Chicago Grey is just about last of the field as Uzbek tucks in on the inside in mid-division as Beshabar and Gone to Lunch now lead them on towards fence number 10. Merigo is still tracking the leading pair. Then this small break to Neptune Equesta from Lothian Falcon. The white face Be There in 5 on the near side, jumping well there. Then Fredo from Longstrand. Silent Cliche wide. Ballyfitz is angling for a better position as they move on towards the next fence number 11. Beshabar and Gone to Lunch together, both jumping soundly. Watching the rest streaming out over it. Manila 4-star back in midfield, and the back of the field, Cold Mountain looks as though he was a faller there, and he's badly hampered. Polka de Savola, who's unseated. So Polka de Savola and Cold Mountain are both out of the race. Beshabar leads over the next from Gone to Lunch. Mistake there from Longstrand. Still Chicago Grey's in rear. He's now got only Hot and Holy behind. The Minack is in mid-division with Manila 4-star as Beshabar and Gone to Lunch continue to press on the sharp end. From Merigo, then Lothian Falcon, Neptune Equesta. Be There in 5 up the inner from Fredo. Ballyfitz and the pale blue sleeves is bustled along as they take this next plain fence, the 14th, the last in the back straight second time around. There goes Chicago Grey just jumping up past Morgan B. Hot and Holy from 3 stone out. The Handicap is toiling on in last place as they make the descent once more. So Beshabar on the inside have Gone to Lunch, runner-up in the race for the last 2 years. Last year's winner Merigo in 3rd. Neptune Equesta, the white cap, is 4th. Then Lothian Falcon. From Be There in 5, He's a Steal. Fredo will be the next over. Then No Panic, That's Rhythm, No Panic in a bit close, and a blunder from Chicago Grey back in the field. And Carberry was at the buckle end briefly. Iris de Balm, Blazing Bailey and Gansey are still in rear with Neptune Collange as Beshabar leads out over this next plain fence, still jumping well. Morgan B is beginning to struggle, and Hot and Holy is completely tailed off. Another ditch. It's the 17th of the 27. Beshabar and Gone to Lunch are still the leading pair. Neptune Collange jumped well in midfield there. Longstrand has lost a bit of ground being chased along. Ballyfitz is losing ground. Roll Along looks to be struggling. Come to the fence, it'll be last next time. Beshabar, another good leap there. Went on by a couple of lengths. Manila 4-star was in a little bit close. So a circuit to go in the Coral Scottish Grand National. It's Beshabar from Gone to Lunch. Merigo out wide. Neptune Equesta is next, and then Lothian Falcon from Be There in 5, and He's a Steal, and then No Panic. That's Rhythm is next, and then Manila 4-star from Always Right, and Regal Heights of the Minack, and then Uzbek from Fredo. These are being followed by Neptune Collange. Couple lengths back to Longstrand, who's followed by Gansey and Iris de Balm, and then Ballyfitz and Chicago Grey and Silent Cliche and Roll Along. Blazing Bailey's dropped right out, looks like pulling up. Morgan B's completely tailed off. Hot and Holy was pulled up with a circuit to go. So down the back straight for the final time. On towards towards fence 19. Merigo has moved up to join Beshabar. Gone to Lunch is in third. Then Neptune Equesta. He's a steal on the far side, running a big race. Near side be there in 5 from Lothian Falcon. Then No Panic, the red cap creeping closer. That's Rhythm is next from Manila 4-star. Then Always Right on the inside. Neptune Collage is still back in midfield as they go on towards the next in the back straight. And this is fence 20. Beshabar in close. His first mistake. He tickled the top. A nod on landing from Neptune Equesta. They're getting well stretched out. Manila 4-stars getting reminders. The Minak's being pushed along. Chicago Grey has still got loads on from where he is. 20 lengths off the leaders as Beshabar jumps the ditch, and he met that on a good stride, an accurate leap. Another mistake from Manila 4-star. Ballyfits has been pulled up, and it's still Beshabar from Merigo. He's a steal in third, is pushed along. Then Lothian Falcon gone to Lunch. A blunder there from He's a Steal. The Minak meanwhile has been pulled up. Arista Balm has been pulled up. Longstrand has been pulled up, and Beshabar goes towards 5 from home. Goes to it a couple lengths clear, jumps well from Merigo. Lothian Falcon, He's a Steal, gone to Lunch. Always Right, the maroon jacket creeping up on the inside. Then a break to Neptune Equesta, who's ridden along from Neptune Collage and No Panic. Then That's Rhythm, and another big break to Manila 4-star. So Beshabar and Richard Johnson turn for home, but last year's winner Merigo and Timmy Murphy now ranging up to challenge. Always Right has gone into third, 6 lengths down. Then Lothian Falcon, 4 out. Beshabar joined by Merigo. Always Right over in third. Then He's a Steal and Lothian Falcon, and it's the white-faced Merigo who challenges Beshabar at the third from home in the Scottish National. Beshabar on the right, Merigo the near side. In behind them, Always Right is still closing in. He's only 3 lengths down. They race for the final ditch, the second last. Beshabar, Merigo, Always Right. Beshabar jumps boldly, led by a couple of lengths from Merigo. Always Right, a mistake in third. Richard Johnson and Beshabar then down to the last. Chased by Always Right and Merigo. Beshabar needs one more good jump. The final fence, spring-heeled at the last. Always Right is bearing down on him. Merigo back in third. Beshabar in front, and he's not for passing. Driven out by Richard Johnson. A gutsy display. Beshabar wins the Scottish National in the colours of Maggie Findlay. Last year's winner Merigo a gallant second. Then Always Right. Lothian Falcon was in fourth. He's a Steal fifth. Neptune Collage, a big run under top weight, sixth. Gone to Lunch got round. So too Chicago Grey, but he never threatened. Then Regal Heights, No Panic, Neptune Equesta, That's Rhythm, and Uzbek the last to complete.
Wow, Richard Johnson has tried 13 times to win the Scottish National. The closest he'd finished was a third, a fourth. Now at the 14th attempt, he's done it on Beshabar, trained by Tim Vaughan in Wales for Mrs. Harry Findlay, Harry Findlay's mum, but they sold the horse to Midland Park Racing a couple of days ago, and though they allowed the horse to run in the colours of Mrs. Findlay, and what a performance. No wonder he's smiling, and what a finish. Merigo, last year's winner, looked like doing it. Always Right gave a superb performance, and guys, this is it, the home bend. At this stage, I just thought Merigo might come through and do it. Guys, what a race, and what a finish.
Yes, Derek, it was a fantastic race, and congratulations all the way around. Tim Vaughan for getting this horse jumping, because he was a really moderate performer early on in the season. A bit unlucky to get rid of Christian Williams. He got brought down at Cheltenham and finished Christian's season, but he's given a fine ride by Richard Johnson today. Always up there, always looking for a good stride, and Gone to Lunch went along with him, gave him a good bit of company early on, but he just keeps staying, this horse, and they kept pressing him all the way up. Once Gone to Lunch had gone out of the way, Merigo came to take him along. He eventually saw him off. Then Always Right, James Reediger, really patient ride, and they came right back to him again on the line. Understandably, he was just getting a little bit tired, Beshabar, but a fine riding performance, and also from trainer Tim Vaughan, who's taken over one for JP McManus this week.